How's it going, everybody? Level M Diecast Batch Review Matchbox Mix number 9. This is, of course, the J case for 2024. Starting off with a brand spanking new casting for the year. This is your Indiana Jones themed Ducati Scrambler. This is number 6 of 100. Of course, comes its special little Indiana Jones card. Nothing particularly special about it other than the fact it just says Indiana Jones on it. So Matchbox still rolling through with the Indiana Jones themes. All right, next one up. This is our 95 Nissan Hardbody, the D21. This one is number 15 of 100. This is not a new casting, but it is a nice silver deco. Looks pretty good. The card art looks a little blue, but the model itself is silver. But it looks okay. Next one up in the mix, this is a brand spanking new casting for this year. This is your Volkswagen Golf GTE. So this one is number 25 of 100 in purple. So brand spanking new casting. I don't believe this one will have an interior variation, which is unfortunate because every Golf has had interior variation for a little bit from Matchbox. All right, number 30 of 100, the Citroen Ami. No, that's not a re-release of the 2023 debut model in gray. This is in silver. A little bit different wheels, a little bit different print. Is it going to be a peg warmer? Guaranteed. Guaranteed. All right, next one up right here. This is our Toyota Hilux pickup, number 35 of 100 in blue. This model came out about 4 or 5 years ago at this point, but still trucking along pretty good. It's a little bit of an outdated Hilux by now, but that's perfectly fine. That's just kind of the way it works in the diecast realm. All right, number 64 of 100. This is your Ford Police Interceptor with that not official National Parks deco on there. Well, it looks okay. It looks okay. I kind of like that deco. It's a little bit different. I can live without the red or orange window, though. That's definitely something different. All right, next one up in the batch, number 67 of 100, the Toyota MR2, the first gen Toyota MR2. And yes, be prepared. It does come in all 4 flavors, both left and right-hand drive with both headlights up and headlights down. 4 interior variations. Should you want to get all of them, it will be difficult to track down. All right, brand spanking new casting for the mix, 86 of 100. This is your Mercedes-Benz 230 SL 1963 in white. This model was also used for the Leipzig toy show event car. It was in red with some very limited models in pink. It also came with a roof attachment that goes on the top. Unlikely that will ever see production value as far as retail, so don't get too excited on that one. And then the very last one in the mix, 99 of 100, 2020 Mercedes-Benz CLA shooting brake with those nice lace wheels. Haven't made it onto too many models, but it's here on the Mercedes, which is a perfect fit. So let's get to ripping. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick this off. We got a little help on the rotator guide nowadays. We got a little platform to hold the cars from going away, thanks to a little bit of 3D printing. This is our Volkswagen Golf. Now, I will tell you, I actually did open a couple of them. So the placement of the post in the back pretty much makes it impossible for there to be any type of interior variation. And I'm really disappointed in that because every single new Golf casting that they've done for several years now, including the one that's coming out in Mattel Creations, has a interior variation, cargo in the back. So it's very, very disappointing that this one doesn't get it. It's understandable just based on the construction and where the post is, but that platform there in the back, it's just a flat shelf. So if you're looking in further variations, you're hoping for one, there is not one. Other than that, casting is absolutely fantastic. I think purple is a great choice. Nice debut here. Looks pretty good. Details on it look pretty good. There's a brand new casting. Nothing particularly special on it. The small 6-spoke wheels look very, very good. Of course, it is a electric car, so of course there is your plug-in right there on the front fender. And then just basic front and rear deets on it. Clear window, black interior, looking pretty decent. Like I said, brand new casting. So there is your Golf GTE in the back, and then of course your Golf details in the front. And since this is a brand spanking new casting, there we go. 1423 is your man number for this brand spanking new casting, which is, it is pretty good. It is pretty good, I will say. All right, next one up, our D21 Nissan Hardbody. No, there's not an interior variation on that guy. It's been that way since its inception. Got some chains in the back and a spare tire. This one in silver. This one has sported those off-road wheels, the newer off-road wheels, one of the only castings to really utilize that wheel. It continues to look good for this version here. I do like the striping on the side. It's pretty basic. It does say Nissan on there. Unfortunately, there's no other tampos besides just that one little stripe on the side. No front tampos, no rear tampos, no nothing like that. It's fine. It's fine. It's very bare bones, down to earth kind of version, but I think it's fine. It's a good casting. This one's been around for a little bit, and of course that tow hook in the back is very, very useful. All right, our Ducati Scrambler. We'll just kind of have to sit there on the side a little bit. So that is a brand new casting. It's not all that detailed. We'll get it up close here in a second. It does have some prints on the back. Says Ducati. There's a plate on there. Tail light. It looks okay. All that black that you see is plastic, but the rest of it is metal. So it's mostly a metal casting, which is very, very good. It's assembled like most motorcycles, two pieces riveted together with, the piece of, seats or steering wheel, or handlebars being separate. This one looks fine. It looks fine. Handlebars are plastic as well, so they don't want those to be metal. It could be sharp, could be detrimental to a kid. But there's not a whole lot of particular detail. It looks like there's a lot of detail on here, but the problem with this particular motorcycle in real life is there's a lot of open space in the frame, especially around the engine, and that just gets all molded in on this particular version. It kind of takes away from the aesthetics of it, and it makes it just look a little cheap because there's just big flat areas. As far as the base deets go, there is your base deets. It does say Thailand and Mattel. There is no visible man number on this particular casting, which is unfortunate. So nothing on the front forks, nothing on the sides or anything like that. And then there is your plate details. Get that to focus a little bit. It says SR39. But it's okay. It's okay. It's not horribly bad, but it's just okay. It's just okay. All right, the model that everybody, at least in the U.S., loves to hate, the Citroen Ami. This was a new casting last year, debuted in a gray color with the just black 6-spoke wheels. This one is in silver. It does have some additional print on the front. The last year one didn't have that black kind of grill-ish area there at the top. It also puts, a little bit of orange ring around the wheels. It definitely is better than last year's version. There's no doubt about that. This is just a horrific peg warmer in the U.S. It might sell much, much better in Europe or other countries, but in the U.S., this is a horrible, horrible peg warmer, and I anticipate this one's going to be the same as well. But I will say this is the best version of the peg warmer to date. One other thing about this casting, there are some that have a single windshield wiper, as you can see here, but they have done ones with 2 windshield wipers, so might want to keep an eye out on that. That could be a potential variation moving forward, but there are some with 2 windshield wipers rather than just the one, and there is the base deets. Nothing fancy with that, just throwing that there. Shout out to Village Diecast, by the way, for pointing out those windshield wiper variations to me. All right, next one up in the mix, Toyota Hilux. This model has only ever sported full front and rear decos. It's never had some crazy deco on the side or some ridiculous made-up business or anything like that. It's just been factory versions, and I think that's a very, very good thing, a very, very positive thing, especially for a casting that's doesn't really have that much going for it. I mean, there's not like anything particularly special with it. It's just a truck. It's a little bit on the skinnier side, but that's kind of Matchbox's style, which is fine. The Colorado's the same way. The L200 that they did back in the day is probably one of the best compact trucks they've ever done. Unfortunately, we'll probably never see that casting again. The blue color on this one does look good. Just uses the utility 6 spokes. Again, nothing real fancy about this one. Pretty straightforward. But I still think it's a very, very good version. I do like the blue. The blue looks pretty good. All right, our Ford Police Interceptor. I love this deco. I like that they put this deco on this casting. I think it works great. I love that they're still continuing to use this deco and not just the standard national parks, because it helps keep some variety in the mix between products and stuff. They're just not always slapping that standard mint green deco, although it is a fantastic deco. I can't get over the red windows. The problem with having a model that has light bar integrated with the windows is you have to sacrifice somewhere. Either you sacrifice with the windows to get the light bar to be a compatible color, or vice versa. So if you want a tan window or a tinted window, you're going to have a tinted light bar. And I think that's really the best way to do it. This particular one, I guess the red works just with the deco. I just don't like the ridiculous red windows. I wish there was a way that they could co-mold two colors of plastic and just put red in the top of the mold and then put clear in the rest of the mold, or tan or something like, or I'm sorry, tinted or something like that. But other than that, it's fine. It's fine. The deco looks average. In case you guys are wondering about day codes, you guys know Matchbox doesn't do day codes anymore, so just giving you a heads up on that. All right, first generation Toyota MR2, another model that's only had front and rear decals. Actually, technically the front deco is just the word Toyota, really, with the logo on there. Decos have been done up pretty good, though. This one in a kind of a champagne color. It's a really, really nice color. This is probably my favorite one thus far, although I do like the white one that came out. But this one looks pretty good. Full rear details on there. Looks good. It says MR2 on the plate. It's always had that. This particular one happens to be headlights up and right-hand drive. Now, there are several versions of the MR2. This one happens to be headlights down and left-hand drive. And then I happen to get one that is headlights down and right-hand drive. So between the few cases that I've acquired, I've been able to put together 3 of the 4. This is going to be difficult. There's only a couple in the debut case, and there's only 1 in the follow-up case. That's it. So once this hits, I do suggest to everybody to move on it quickly. If you're ultra completist, not everybody wants all those interior variations. I think it's a great idea. I really, really like it a lot. And this one continues that tradition. And I just want to show off those really, really awesome taillights. It's just good. It's just good. I really like that casting. It's just a really good casting. All right, brand spanking new casting. Like I said, this one was used for the Leipzig Toy Show. It came in red. They did do a hardtop, and the hardtop actually fits on all the pieces you see here. They did not modify the steering wheel, or I'm sorry, they didn't modify the windshield or anything like that, or the interior. But it was a special run piece. Like I said, if you've seen that one online, don't expect that hardtop to come to production anytime soon. That wasn't planned for this model. That was a special run between Dirk and the Matchbox designers. And hats off to Dirk Schluer, who runs the Leipzig Toy Show, for pulling that off. He is a true Matchbox pioneer. But anyways, back to this model. This is a bit of a nostalgic fit for the brand. Don't get me wrong, I think it fits the motif just fine, but really this casting was made as more of a historical ad. Harkens back to the original SL that they did in the regular wheel era. This one has a pretty good proportion to it. I'm not a huge fan of the blue tinted windshield, but I do like the red interior, the white color on it. The white on red looks very, very good. Disc hub wheels, fantastic. Full front and rear tampos on there. Looks absolutely fantastic. This one's superb execution. And I didn't even pull like a special one out of what I got. I just grabbed one and rolled with it. And then, of course, it says My 230 on there. Taillights, absolutely fantastic. We do get a chrome base, which is ultra rare for Matchbox. There is your base deets. 1437 is the man number for your brand spanking new casting. And then, of course, like all convertibles, there is some pedal detail down in there, which is actually part of the base. And then just an ugly blob that looks like a steering wheel, but kind of sort of is not a steering wheel. All right, very last one in the entire batch, our CLA shooting brake. This one sports those lace wheels, and it looks so good. It looks so good. I'm really impressed at how good this model actually looks with those lace wheels and the chrome ring. I really, really hope that Matchbox expands that wheel into other areas. There's a lot of models that it won't fit on. There's a lot of models that just won't work, but there's also a lot of models that I think it will work on, and hopefully we'll get that moving forward. The black on the red is a perfect match. This is a former Super. We've seen this one as a Super at one point in time in black. But full front and rear decos, nothing particularly fancy. These wheels do look like they are a bit premium. Looks like this could be a Matchbox collector's, even though it's just regular. The grille print looks pretty good on there as well. So nothing particularly rolling with that particular casting, but those wheels look fantastic. There it is. So as far as my favorite for the batch, I will have to say, surprisingly, I am a huge fan of this Golf. I really am. And I really like the fact that they debuted it in purple. I like how it breaks up the monotony of reds and silvers, and blacks and whites. And they bring a little bit of color to the mix. Putting purple on a Golf 2 just fits. It just fits, especially for a EV, just in that realm of EVing. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think about that batch. Mix number 9 for the year. We are counting it down. We're almost there. 3 mixes to go, and it's on to 2025. Level in. Peace.